All right, Transformers 1 tells the origin story of how Optimus Prime and Megatron went from best buddies to starting a giant robot civil war on Cybertron. And so, Cairo, what did you think of the story of this movie?
I think the story was pretty good, more straightforward. It didn't have no fat. It's pretty solid, pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good pacing in this. But before we get started, our host, Caution, he's not here today, but who needs him? You have the great T-Rex 3000 to tell you how awesome this movie is.
Where the hell is Caution at?
Nowhere to be seen.
But yeah,
But for me, it's like, yeah, this movie kind of caught me off guard, Cairo. I'm not gonna lie. It's like I've been down on the Transformers movies since the Michael Bay's Transformers 2. It's like, here we go, another one of these Transformers movies.
yeah, I was surprised they was animated.
Well, they all animated.
Well, yeah.
I wasn't surprised it was animated. I was surprised it was as good as it was. I was like, whoa, this right here, this is the ultimate Transformers movie.
Yeah, from beginning to end, I just felt like you said, the pacing was great. It didn't have no fat. It's like it was just straightforward. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it as well. And for me, it's like, I mean, it like I say, it caught me off guard. I could relate to the story of these Autobots, or well, they're not Autobots at the beginning, right?
Yeah. They miners.
Well, I can relate to the idea of what is it called? Orin Prime. I'm just gonna call him Optimus. I can relate to what Optimus Prime is going through as a miner. Being forced to work these mines.
And the crazy part, I think anybody in the workforce will be able to relate to this movie.
Oh, I definitely can. I definitely can relate to it. As a robot myself who can't also transform, I can relate to what he's going through.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like these robots, Caution has also had me working like a slave in this bar.
And he'll remove your cars. That's why you can't transform.
I transform out of here right now. Shoot.
But yeah, it's a pretty great movie. It's like, and this seemed like this probably one of my favorite movies I watched this year. And I seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but to me, this one took the cake.
Well, it's like there's so much going on in terms of the core of the story, the themes. We have these two friends, right? Optimus Prime and the future Megatron. They used to be buddies. They were hanging out together, getting into trouble together, and you see how this fight over power splits them apart. Divides them.
And yeah, and Optimus Prime, you can see from the start of the movie, he wants something more. He don't want to just be a miner.
Yeah, he doesn't want to settle.
And by him not settling and stuff, he end up finding out more stuff as the movie goes on.
Yeah, it's like on the other hand, you have Megatron, or as the movie calls him, D16. He's totally, content with what he's being told. Go do this. Okay, you go over there. Just follow orders. Stick with what we're telling you, and you'll be all right.
Stick to what was told us. What we know is mining. Let's just stick to that. That's not break the rules.
Don't try to shake things up. Just do what you're told and this and that. So when he finds out that there's more to this whole story than what meets the eye, which is ironic, it was a Transformers phrase, that's when things go sideways for him. He starts tripping.
Yeah. Once he found out the meat of this whole thing, what's going on, it had a lot of layers in back. He just like got power hungry, started tripping.
Yeah, and you see why it happens, because he's been following orders this entire time. Do this, do that. Like I say, stay in line, know your place. And when he finds out that what he's working for turns out to be a lie, essentially, that's when he's like, you know what, forget this. I'm I'm gonna just destroy the person who made me do this, who made me slave out all these hours in his mind, only to find out that it's not for any heroic reason. It's over power.
Yeah,
you're just doing it over power.
And like I said, let's take a deeper dive into the story. Spoilers ahead, everybody. So it's basically start off with Optimus Prime, and like you said, the friend.
Well, it starts off as before he's Optimus Prime, he is Orin Pax, right? A miner, who works in the mines, and he is looking for this thing called the Matrix of Leadership, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah, he thinks that that's his ticket to the big time, to the big leagues, right?
And I guess all the previous Transformers, all the Prime Transformers was missing, and apparently they've been looking for the like you said, the Matrix.
Yeah, all
And
of the legendary Transformers, a couple of them, they went missing. We assume that they heroically got killed fighting the enemy. The what is it called? The Quintinians.
yeah,
We assume they got killed during that period. But they lost the Matrix of Leadership, and that's what apparently everybody is looking for here.
and then they later on, Optimus Prime and his friend end up entering this race that was made for Transformers, which there was miners who couldn't transform and stuff. But Optimus Prime talked his friend into the race, and next thing you know, they racing with the Transformers.
Yeah, and then once again, it just shows Optimus wants to be more. So when he enters this contest of this big race, and they're telling him only Transformers can compete, only they can be in this race, he's gonna say he's gonna prove to everybody. No, even without a cog, or even without this the ability to transform, I can beat these guys.
Yeah, miners able to do more than just mine.
Yeah, yeah,
And they damn near beat them too.
yeah. But it's at that moment we're really introduced to
Sinister Prime.
our main antagonist, our villain, Sentinel Prime. Right, he is the ruler of Cybertron. He is their hero, or he seemed to be, at least at that moment in the movie, the big hero, the guy who's coming to save the day. And we find out he's
A damn fraud,
yeah,
basically.
basically a fraud. He's not saving anybody. He's a slave master.
So yeah, at that moment we find out he's not the hero.
Well, we don't find out.
We don't find out at that particular moment.
That particular moment, at first, he kind of plays this idea that he's this guy that's kind of bringing hope to the miners, and this heroic figure, and this and that, and they all kind of fall for it, right? They fall for this slick, essentially a politician. That's kind of basically what he is.
Yes, because once they end up winning the race, they have a meeting with Sinister Prime, and Prime say, "Oh, I love that y'all guys did a great job." Next thing you know, he sent them into this cave.
Now, I was gonna say before that scene where he meets them after
the race
after Optimus and Megatron finishes the race. He comes up to them and say, "Oh, you guys, you've done a great job," and this and that. I'm not gonna lie, Cairo. That reminds me of certain interviews I've been in at job.
Yeah,
that reminds me. It's like, oh, he's giving you that pep talk. Work harder. I want you to go inspire the rest of the cogless Transformers to go work even harder. Yep. Keep working.
He basically sold them that they about to get into this luxury. We're gonna put you somewhere on we're gonna give y'all the special treatment and put you in a luxury hotel or something.
Yep.
Then next thing you know, they got sent to the bottom of the basement.
Yeah, with B, what is it? What is his name? B-127.
Yeah, that's when we first
Bumblebee. He gets sent down there, and I understand why they put Bumblebee down there, because he talks too damn much.
He talks too damn much.
Like, put this guy down to the deepest mind possible. I don't want to hear this dude no more.
So while they at the basement, then they decide, okay, how can we escape this? At least Optimus Prime is. What's his original name is again?
He is, if I'm not mistaken, Orin Pax.
Okay. At this point in the movie, his name is just Orin Pax.
Yeah.
Orin Pax still trying to figure out how can we escape this? How can we do this? And what's the other guy name? I forgot his name.
D16.
No, not B16. The black guy.
Black guy?
Megatron.
D16. That's his name.
Megatron name is D16?
His name is D16.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Cut all that out. But D16, he still have the same mindset. No, let's not try to do too much and stuff. But as Bumblebee get to talking and stuff, he said, yeah, we got to get the hell up out of this place. So he ended up teaming up with Arm Pax, and they end up coming up with this escape plan.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously they eventually run into is it Alita one? I mean the pink female
Yeah, the
transformer.
female transformer.
Yeah, they run into her and
And
yeah,
she ended up getting dragged
yeah,
into
they get
the whole
dragged into
mess.
it. I mean, in fact, she's been dragged into it because Oren Prax is he's kind of a headache for her, right?
Yeah.
She's losing a job over him and all this. Like he's just the. I think one of my favorite parts about this movie is that we see that who Optimus Prime was before he became this kind of wise transformer. You know, we see him as kind of cocky, a bit arrogant
Arrogant.
at
Yep.
times. You know, not really sure of himself, and it just makes him more relatable. It's probably the most relatable I've ever seen Optimus Prime ever.
And also they showed a new light of Megatron. Like I didn't
Oh yeah,
look at
you
Megatron that
told you
way.
can't look at him the same after this movie because you know at first, I mean, in everything, even when I was a wee little robot growing up as a kid watching the old Transformers cartoons, he was always just a standard villain.
Yeah, standard
Just
villain.
a standard laughing evil villain. And now you look at what he went through. Look, I get it. I
Well,
totally
it
understand
give
it.
you a little bit more context to the origin story. Now I can't say you can see the humanity because obviously they are Transformers, but you can see a little bit more context into Megatron.
Well, I definitely
origin
can
story.
see the humanity in if somebody made me, aka Caution, work as hard as these other Transformers, then there's gonna be a problem. There's
Yeah.
gonna be a problem.
So basically, after the whole basement thing or whatever, they end up escaping, and they end up on this I think this like train, and they end up finally making it to the surface. This is the first time seeing the surface, and then they decide, okay, if we're gonna be all into this, we're gonna go all the way. So they're on the search for the. No, we missing a part. No, but when Bumblebee got the map,
Actually,
the distress call when they were showing the previous Transformer.
oh yeah.
Basically, yeah, that was probably one of the main parts.
But no, the big moment is when they find the ancient cave, right, where
Yeah.
it all went down, and that's where things just take a turn. In
Yeah.
front of the movie where they meet, I believe, Alpha Tron, right, or Alpha Trion, I think that's his name, the ancient robot, the surviving last robot, and he tells them what really went down.
Yeah, well,
How Sentinel Prime betrayed the ancient Transformers, killed everybody, took the power for himself, and essentially kind of sold them out to their new alien rulers on the planet of Cybertron's. Like, hey, okay, I killed everybody, and I'm just gonna work for you now.
yeah, and he also explained to them every Transformer is born with a call.
Well,
And
they
Sinister-
find out that this entire time they think that these miners who were born without the ability to transform, no cogs, no energy to do it. But we find out in this moment that no, they had the energy. It's just that Sentinel Prime had them removed
Yep.
so that they couldn't transform, and that's where our boy Megatron, he's like, I'm here. He's losing it. He's losing.
Yeah,
it.
that's when he started losing it.
Yeah, it's like he's like, somebody's got to go, and by somebody I mean Sentinel Prime. I got to take him out.
Oh yeah, and also Sinister Prime when he was showing the flashback, the old robot was showing old Transformer was showing the flashback. Sinister Prime tried to take the Matrix for itself to basically use it as a bargaining tool for the main villains. But he found out you got to be chosen to actually use the Matrix.
But do you think he was? Because I don't remember. Was he trying to use it as a bargaining tool, or was he just trying to take the power for himself?
Well, they mentioned that he was trying to use it as a bargaining tool, but
I don't remember.
I was thinking he was trying to take it for himself.
Yeah, knowing him, he probably was. you know.
But I'm trying to think what happened after that.
Well, after they find that out, that's where Megatron is dead set up getting back to Cybertron and just, going in and he just changes. It's like as soon as that happens, he's like, I'm done with this friend stuff. I'm going to get to the city of Cybertron and go, take out Sentinel Prime.
Oh,
and that's when they run into Starscream.
No, no. Before that, uh the old Transformer ended up giving them cogs, and they basically finally able to basically transform.
Yeah, they finally gets those cogs back, and that's when we see them for the first time attempting. We say that
Attempting,
transform,
yeah, attempting
attempting
to
to
transform.
transform. They're not having so much luck. But yeah, it's pretty funny scene.
Megatron basically become after he was able to transform, basically become power hungry.
Yeah, but after that, we then see them reach Starscream, the leader of the Cybertron, High Garden, and that's where they on their way to the city of Cybertron. That's when they meet up with them, and these other rogue Transformers who don't like the idea that
Sinister Prime.
yeah, Sinister I'm calling him Sentinel Prime
Yes,
yeah,
Sinister. I said Sinister.
Sentinel Prime. Well, he is sinister. They don't like the idea that he's in control. And what ensues is a leadership battle between Starscream and Megatron.
Megatron.
And I'm like, as a fan who watched the cartoons, it's like, Starscream, are you getting out of your place here? You're just a side guy for Megatron. It's like, what? Who do you think you are talking to Megatron like this? And that's all I thought as that scene was going on.
Yeah, that was pretty
Starscream
crazy.
was like, I'm in control here. I run things here. It's like, what? Since when? Like,
Well, they only last.
you better sit down somewhere.
They only last a couple seconds.
Yeah, and I was wondering, it's like, why doesn't the Starscream sound? And then they crushed his voice box. Oh, there it is. Now he has that. Megatron kind of crushed him.
Yeah, Megatron basically after defeating Starscream end up taking over the group.
Yeah,
And that's when-
and then they're kind of attacked by I guess
Sinister Prime.
you keep
Oh yeah, I keep calling him Sinister.
yeah, Sinister Prime, Sentinel Prime. They're attacked by him, and he's taken hostage. But the bottom line is this all builds to the main event, right? Where they head to the city to go rescue, obviously, Bumblebee and Megatron after they got captured after that attack, and that's where kind of all hell breaks loose, right? They get there, and Megatron is just full on. I'm just about to. I don't care about anybody. I don't care about family, friends, whoever. I have one goal, and that is to destroy the robot that has deceived me all my life. And that he's just dead set on it. Everything else is irrelevant. Beyond that moment, the main thing is that Optimus Prime is attempting this big rescue mission in order to get Megatron and Bumblebee back. And he's also trying to, I believe, have like an alternate plan where one group of Transformers is going to do one thing and the other Transformers. But by the end of the day, that's kind of the main thing, right? He goes to go rally the miners,
the miners,
Transformers. He goes to go rally them and to support his cause, to say, look, I was like you guys, a cogless machine. Look at me now. None of you were born this way. It's all a lie. Actually, the way he does this is apparently they record Sentinel Prime as he's talking about being an asshole, essentially.
Yeah, he basically admitted to everything.
As he's basically a douchebag, and once they have their recording, they let everybody in Cybertron see how much of a fraud he is.
And that's when everybody really start rallying up to basically take him down.
Yeah. And again, after that, that's when Optimus, rescues Megatron, and Megatron, I don't need your help. I'm going to go kill the villain.
So, and then also, you can tell that the Megatron, like I said, he was just going, he didn't care about anything else but defeating Sentinel Prime.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And eventually they get to the big confrontation where he's trying to kill Sentinel Prime, and Optimus jumps in the way, and he gets blasted.
Yeah, he said basically, it's like, no, you don't have to kill him because you can become just like Sentinel Prime, what you hate. And like you said, Optimus jumped in the way, and Megatron basically he get blasted.
Yeah, and he attempts to at least initially save him.
Yeah, Megatron initially
But
tried
then
to
I
say,
looked into his eyes and I saw Scar from the Lion King.
yeah.
Long live the king, and then he threw him off.
And what was the famous line? What was the
I'm
famous line?
tired of saving you.
Yeah, I'm tired of saving you,
Yeah,
and
so
just dropped him.
just dropped him, and then he turns around to go finish the job and kill Sentinel Prime.
And that kind of make me think his initial word, like when he said no, I actually think he was happy that he ended up getting blasted. But yeah, that's what kind of sums up the.
But what I guess to kind of round it out, what
What-
ends up happening is as Optimus Prime gets thrown into like the core of Cybertron,
Yeah, like the surface.
with the energy, that's when they decide he's worthy of getting the matrix of
Matrix,
leadership. And that's also when Megatron becomes Megatron by that point. So we see that it's a cool scene where we see this transformation
On
between
both characters.
both characters. So by the time Optimus comes out and he's battling Megatron, we're back to classic Transformers mode.
Yep.
But anyways, what happens is Megatron is defeated by Optimus, and Optimus vanishes him and the other Transformers who followed him out of the main city into I think High Garden. I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, hot guard or something.
And then he warns anybody else who tries to come after them. This is what's going to happen. And they get all of the energy back, all of the I guess the Autobots or the Transformers get their cores, and the energy is flowing, and that's the end of the movie.
And
But like I say, it really good, awesome plot, awesome story. I mean, I was really into it. But we want to get on to the main cast. We wanted to discuss who's actually voicing the characters in this movie. And I gotta say, Cairo, I'm actually shocked at how many big name actors they got in this voice in this movie.
so who we starting off with? Optimus?
Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Primes or Oren Pax. They got Thor himself in this.
That's crazy.
Thor himself, and I didn't pick up on it until it's like he did a really good job here because he makes Optimus relatable, and without reminding you too much of Thor. He just really sold it. But what did you think?
Oh, I think he did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
I feel like the humor was there when it was time to be serious. That was there. He did an amazing job.
yeah, he really did great in this. Chris Hemsworth knocked it out of the park. And then we have Megatron, played by Brian Tyree Henry, and I've seen him in a lot of stuff. Right, I've seen him from everything from Joker to Paperboy in Atlanta. He he's been in a lot of stuff. It's great that he's doing really well.
And that's one of the things that kind of threw me off with Megatron, because I didn't think that was Megatron, because I guess the voice actor is actually black.
It's like
That threw me off.
No, that they knew what they were doing with that one. I was like, yeah, let's get this brother to work in the mines and have him be enslaved.
But yeah, he did a fantastic job as well.
And we also have Scarlett Johansson. And again, this is turning into an Avengers.
Damn, I didn't know.
Yeah, this is turning into an Avengers reunion. Black Widow is in this. She, plays what is it, Alita, one, a miner who loses her job thanks to Optimus.
Oh, that's crazy.
But, yeah, it's like you wouldn't have known that, and she was really good. I didn't know it was her. I was
they
like,
had
oh,
Black Widow in this movie.
yeah,
That's
they had
crazy.
Scarlett Johansson. And then they have Keegan Michael Kay as Bumblebee or B-127. He's a guy I've seen it a lot. Everybody talks about how Jordan Peele became the big, person from Kay and Peele, but Kay's doing pretty all right.
Yep.
As Bumblebee here. He's doing his thing.
No wonder why he was funny. Like,
He was hilarious in this. He was really funny. We have Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Tron, the ancient robot that gives them their power back. That makes sense because you look at the character he's playing, and wise Morpheus-like ancient robot.
Morpheus, you got the whole Matrix thing going on.
It's like we got to get Lawrence. Yeah, it's like as soon as I heard the Matrix, it was like, oh, you got the Matrix. Oh yeah, Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne.
That's crazy.
Yep. They even brought Steve Buscemi in this, and he's been in a lot of stuff. It's like he's the one voice I recognized as soon as he opened his mouth as Starscream.
Yeah,
This is Steve Buscemi. I know who this is.
yeah, he did sound familiar.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I've seen him in a lot, so I knew it was him. The big one was I was surprised at who they had playing Sentinel Prime. They had John Hamm. I'm like, that's
Wow.
John Hamm? I wouldn't have known that, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known it.
Yeah, it's like John Hamm play. It makes sense though, because he's playing. You know, he's a guy who was famous for playing like a bit of a sleazy salesman, a madman, and that's kind of what he's doing in this movie.
It's crazy.
The sleazy salesman here as well, kind of selling these Transformers on his vision for what he wants Cybertron to be. But yeah, but the cast overall just killed it. I mean, they really kind of they made me kind of forget that it was a big name stars in this movie. I just saw them as the characters, and I guess that's the biggest compliment I can give it. I was so into what was going on in the movie that I just didn't even think. I didn't even think, I not recognize Scarlett Johansson. I definitely didn't even recognize it was her.
Yeah, that's to tell you they did an amazing job.
I was just into the story. And,
Kudos to them.
And for me, look, I mean, when it comes to Transformers movies, I thought the first one was okay. The first Transformers by Michael Bay, I did not care for anything that came really after that, besides Bumblebee. Bumblebee was it. The Bumblebee movie was really, really good, but besides that, I just really have been down on Transformers. So
who directed Bumblebee?
That was a different director. It wasn't Michael Bay.
It wasn't Michael Bay. So,
not Michael Bay.
That explains it.
Just like this movie. But like I said, I've been down on the Transformers thing. I'll be honest, Cairo, I wasn't even excited about watching this initially. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Here we go. Another Transformer, another movie about some robots hitting each other. And then you see the movie and you go, this is just way more than that. It is by far the greatest, to me, the best Transformers movie ever. I don't think anything else.
You should be excited for every last Transformer movie since you're a robot.
You would think I'd be excited, but even this robot is like, man, Michael Bay, you're killing me. I mean, I was offended by Transformers too. Some of the robots in there offended me.
That's crazy.
Like, wow, I can't. Y'all gonna treat me like this? Come on.
But yeah, this movie was amazing.
Well, there was just so much to love about it, from the action to the story, the pacing. I mean, think about this, Caution, as you kept referencing the pacing of the movie. So much. I mean, this movie was 90 minutes. It wasn't that long, but it does so much world building, so much when it comes to the characters, so much when it comes to the lore and to the story. I felt like, wow, I got so much from this small, quickly paced movie that I didn't get from 3-hour Michael Bay Transformers movie. I felt like I knew more about the world of Transformers from this than anything else.
And also, it got some great rewatchability. I didn't watch it like 2 or 3 times already. This is an amazing movie.
Yeah, it's a really, really good movie with some great performances, great pacing, great direction. And who knows? Hopefully there'll be more, but
Overall, what you rank this movie?
Oh, easily for me, a 9 out of 10. What about you, Cairo?
I say the same. 9 out of 10. It's pretty solid, great movie. Go watch it.
Yes, it's awesome. Go watch it. Go check it out. Frankly, I wish more people to check it out. Maybe the movie would have done better. Well, those are our thoughts on the film. But now we want to hear from you. What did you think of the movie? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to check out our next movie review. We're out.
Peace.